Hey everyone, it's Tony at Raincloud. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about floating floors, and in particular, when do you need them? Now, if you're designing a facility or you're building a facility that's going to have a gym or a theater or a bowling alley in it, I would highly recommend considering a floating floor for that room. And now when I say a floating floor, what I'm talking about is a structure that's built over top of isolators. So it's going to have a lot of mass generally to it. And a typical jack-up floating floor, for example, is 4 inches of concrete. And the reason you want that is that mass is going to help you absorb those sounds, absorb those impacts so they don't get to the rest of your building and interfere with your other tenants. So the time to do it would be during the design phase, because if you don't design for that extra load, in the case of a 4-inch concrete slab, that's 50 pounds per square foot, you're going to have real trouble introducing that kind of load onto a slab that wasn't designed for it. And in most cases, you end up having to compromise, either using a system without so much mass or reducing the thickness or using lightweight concrete. So you end up compromising on the acoustics by doing it later. And the other reason is it becomes very complicated to actually rent out your space. If you've got a gym, for example, and I've seen this a number of times, moving on to the second floor. Now, either one of two things happens. Either you've got tenants in the space already, the gym moves in, and the noise is so bothersome that tenants start threatening to move out, or they do move out. Or you have a gym about to go in and you start doing some testing when you realize this isn't going to work. It's causing way too much noise from my other tenants. And so now your gym space is left empty. Either way, you end up with unrentable space and a real problem trying to retrofit that space to get a proper floating floor in. So the time to do it is during the design phase. Make it purpose-built and make sure that you have that floating floor installed. Well, that's it for me for today. If you got any questions, you can leave it in the comments or feel free to contact me.